Now, once school starts next week, I guess, does it get a little more complicated, with getting everything in? And
no, I'm actually excited about it. Just get the regiment done before game week. When you have that coupled with game week, it becomes very difficult, and that could be there could be a lot of distractions in there, scheduling, everything that goes with it. So to get that done this week is great. They'll be off Monday, so they can take care of it Monday. Any class changes, anything that they need to do there, get used to their schedule, and then have a good kind of game week before we get into game week.
Al, the work that Randy's done with the defensive line, obviously you guys are so familiar with each other, but what changes have you seen, and what kind of relationship has been developed with that group?
Well, again, it's hard to. Again, I preface it by saying, Jethro did a really good job for us. Randy's different, got a different style, and Randy's doing a great job connecting with him. Randy's doing a great job, with being a technician, and Randy's got a lot of depth. Randy's got a lot of depth right now, and having RJ and Kendrick pushing like they're pushing into the mix coming out of the spring. You hope that they can help you, but you really don't know until they get here. So they both came in great condition, and they're both very bright. So that really helps, just change the whole dynamic. In other words, Cortell can play 3 technique because he's a lot leaner than he was a year ago. Can play 3 and nose. Jelani can play 3 and end. Kamala can play 3 and end. Chad can play the end. And then we have more combinations on the speed. So just the depth and Randy's approach in terms of connecting, being a great mentor to them, a father figure, I think is pretty powerful right now.
I know you're going to have a few different things to sort out in the next couple of days. How do you assess the defensive backs at this point?
There's a lot of competition. I don't know what the last, the final combination is going to be. But there's a lot of competition, and we've got a long way to go before that is settled there, for sure. Quan is back healthy now. Johnson, Jenks is really mature and looks good, and his core strength and flexibility is awesome, and it's showing up. He's so much lighter than he was too. He got heavy when he hurt his back, so he's different. Jamal's having a great camp. Jamal's on the GPS is working. Him and Darian Owens are on a different planet, in terms of how they're working. So there's going to be a lot of competition there. Dallas, of course, is a great leader for us. So. And we have a good battle at corner as well.
What's Jamal doing? Can you elaborate a little? I know he had a great spring game. He had a couple picks.
No, he's a bulldog. He's a hard worker. He's relentless, and now he's putting together being verbal and having command of the secondary, and then also he's always had a physical presence, but now he's really settled into to playing the defense and executing at a higher level, and his MEs are way down.
How many plays on Saturday?
I like to get into that third quarter, so like to stay between 30 and 40, 30, 35 at halftime. Bring them in, bring them back out, and try to go get into the third quarter. Not really interested in going into the fourth quarter. We get enough conditioning to handle that, but just the notion of coming in, correcting whatever we need to correct. When you're a little bit tired or uncomfortable, paying attention to details from your coordinators and going back out and executing.
Emphasis on money downs, that sort of thing, or you kind of play it straight?
We'll let him play. Let him play.
Updates on Badgley? I know he was.
He'll be all right. We're just taking care of him. I told you he's not a kicker by heart. He's just he would jump off cliffs if he had a chance. So he just came out of the blocks and was just kicking and just wore himself out. So. I asked him if he brought his golf clubs, and maybe he should go play golf a day like the NFL guys do, just so he doesn't kick himself in. But he's resting now, and he thinks he'll be ready by Thursday.
How about AQM?
Huh?
Did he have a good comeback to that?
Well, he knows I'll whip his ass. He knows I got him. But
how about AQM? Quan
did more today. In terms of the conditioning, and he'll be close tomorrow. He should be ready to go around tomorrow.
At this point in camp, any feel for how good your offensive line will be? I know it's hard with all the scrimmage.
Yeah, competitive today. Joe Brown's having a really good camp. Danny's been working at guard and tackle. He gives us flexibility. It's a very bright group, and again, that was handed down to them by the group in front of them. There's no who moved my cheese. I don't want to play another position. Everybody plays other positions, and that was handed down by the group in front of him. So there's Linder at guard, Knighton at guard, Linder at center, Knighton at center. Joe Brown has had a good camp. Tyree and Gauthier are in the mix right now. You got Grimsley, and then all the other guys, of course, Trevor and Casey and all those guys.